Hey guys, it's Penelope in London, and we're looking at what's going on now and tomorrow as well. There's a lot coming up. We've got eclipses towards the end of the year, which will be a lot to look at by the looks of things, but I won't go into that now. But I will say dates for the eclipses that will be coming up will be the 19th of November the 19th. There'll be a lunar eclipse in Taurus at 27 degrees, and that's will land on Algol, which is to do with Medusa in mythology, which is very interesting. And then we've also on December 4, we've got a solar eclipse in Sagittarius at 12 degrees. So you can look at your charts ahead to see where that's happening for you. So you can remember that the lunar eclipse on November 19 is 27 degrees. That's falling on my DC, on my descendant. So this is going to be fascinating for me. But I've actually looked at that chart and I've got some good aspects kicked in with that. So I'm pleased about that. And then on 4th of December 4, we've got the solar eclipse in Sagittarius at 12 degrees, and that for me will be my second house. So you want to look where it is for you, right? So if we look at now what's going on, because the reason I'm doing this video, get my pointer, is because the sun is opposing Neptune. So you can see here it's 21 degrees, and we can see that if we've got the sun is 21, 13 right now, and this is September 13th, 2021. And the time in London, it's actually, this is Universal Time, GMT, but we're actually 2039 in the UK at the moment, but this is 1920. So, and then I'll go over to solar fire as well. But what we want to look at is that what actually I thought about, and I will look at this, is that when COVID, the whole thing started, that sun was on Neptune. So that's fascinating. The sun takes a year to move around the chart, as we all know. Yeah, a year to move through each sign. And it's 21 degrees. But it's interesting at this time that we've got an opposition, but we've also got, at this moment, we have a T-square to the moon at this moment in time. And that moon takes 2.5 days through a sign. So that's not going to last for, it's going to move in, we'll see on the solar fire, I'll show you. But a T-square, there's tension going on Sagittarius, and it's to do with truth, higher education, and it's to do with overseas travel, overseas dealings, and it's also to do with natural law. And we can add to that, the judgment, so to speak, not judgment but in truth, to do with truth. And then Neptune is in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces, we will look at that briefly, because Neptune in Pisces is where we can have disillusionment. It's where things can be dissolved. It's where we can be a victim. And Pisces, persecution. It's where we can be the martyr or the savior. Definitely to do with illusions. It's to do where we can be hopeless and helpless, and it can be to do with addiction. So with that sun in opposition right now, we want to make sure that we don't sort of fall into the idea of something addictive at this time, or making some, choices that are not healthy for us. I actually have this at birth. I have, within 5 degrees, I have the sun opposing my Neptune. So transiting sun opposite Neptune, it can make us more susceptible to confusion and deception, which can lead to insecurity and discouragement. And it can also, if we need to avoid ego conflicts and just be, retreat and be in a safe space. And it's a good time for developing our creativity and also spiritual, and it's our charitable nature as well. So, maybe go help somebody rather than, drink a bottle of wine or something like that. Go and be helpful to another human being, but also, know that you could be deceived at this time as well by others. And we want to avoid, we can feel like we want to avoid dealing with the harsh realities of life. So we want to make sure that we prepare ourselves to avoid loss and disappointment. And also, we might feel a bit sort of, we don't really want competition or dealing with assertive people at this time. And this goes on for a few days. This is why I said this, actually, because that sun opposing Neptune in 2020, which I'll show you on Solar Fire, was on conjunct Neptune, beginning of lockdowns. And we can see that in the opposition, this is something that's going on outside as well, from others. And it's also where we can have weakened defenses, you know, at this time with the opposition. It can be to do with where people will take advantage of our kindness and compassion, or we might take advantage of others' kindness and compassion. It works both ways. And it's also to do with tricksters, charlatans, and people trying to sell us things that either do not exist or that we do not need. That's an interesting one, selling us something. Oh, my phone's ringing. Give me 1 minute. That's a bit frustrating, but we'll blame it on the sun opposing Neptune. I just turned my phone off. Somebody ringing me there. Right, get back to this. So we can have weakened defenses, okay? And then on top of that, we've got, it can sound, you know, we can come across something that sounds too good to be true. And if we do, then we need to say no and learn to walk away, because, you know, somebody's trying to sell us something, for instance, that isn't, you know, where my point was, you know, where we're sold something that isn't real. You know, think about this. And it's also, we don't want to sign anything during these few days, and we want to be wary about starting new relationships and be a bit delayed. And also, we want to be very clear to ourselves about our own intentions, and also we want others to be clear with us about their intentions, but we've got no control over other people. So we have to be aware for ourselves. And also, so there's no sort of gray areas. We want to look out for deception, any underhand tactics, or lying to ourselves as well, and digging deeper holes, or lying to others and digging deeper holes. We don't need to lie to people. You know what's really interesting about life? The clearer it is, in my view, everything's known and seen. So therefore, in the respect of the big picture, nothing's hidden in the big picture. Like, we might think we're doing something that nobody knows about, but in the big picture, not like some God over us or something, but it's written, you know, once something's happened, it's almost left a mark on the universe. You get me? So it's also, you know, we don't want to be, we might feel a bit discouraged also and want to escape the harsh realities. And we just need to remember that we're susceptible, you know, at this time to also addictions and stuff like that. So watch out for that. And then when we look at the Neptune in Pisces, you know, it's the dreamer, there can be confusion, feeling isolated. It's also to do with music, though, you know, and creativity and beauty and poetry and fantasy and stuff. But, you know, we need to watch out for ourselves, because we can have weak boundaries at this point. And it's to do with our subconscious and also transcendence and psychability and stuff like that. So with the sun there, you know, we're going through this all together right now. It's collective. You can look at where this is happening in your chart. For me, 21 degrees is my 10th, going into my 11th house. So, you know, definitely look at where that's falling for you as well. You know, where could deception occur, you know, and sensitivity. And the 21 degrees is my IC, you know, so this is falling on my, in fact, it's falling on my, right now that's on my MC and on my IC, the Neptune. So look at your own chart. And if we go then to, I'm going to share screen, new share, and I'm going to the emanated chart. So we're going to see in the coming days, if we go spotlight again, this is the chart right now, okay? So we can see that we got the 21 degrees and 21 degrees. And then we're going to go, we've got some nice trines going on here at the moment. Pluto to the North Node, Saturn to the North Node. There's a, you know, you can see here we've got let's see, there's a water trine, an air trine. So you can see there's a lot more going on in this box, because I use a lot more, I'm using other planets and more aspects. That's why you can see it looking so crazy and busy in there. So if we go then days ahead, we've got Mercury's going to be going retrograde at some point. So I think it's I can't remember the date. Let's just go forward. This is the 13th of September, 15th, 16th. Where's Mercury? Mercury is currently in the sign of, which I should know off by heart, really. Mercury is 22 degrees of Libra on this 19th, and then it's going to go forward. And we're going to keep going days, 23, 24, stations, station 27th, and then it's retrograde the 28th of September, 2021 for about 3 weeks. So that will be a video in itself. It's going to go retrograde at 25 degrees. It's going to backtrack, and then it will go forward again. And then I told you about the eclipses that are coming up. And also we want to look at what's going on with the Saturn here, 6 degrees. Saturn will also, it's going back to 6 degrees, and Saturn will then go direct as well. Pluto's going direct in, I think, coming days as well. Let's watch there. It's going to station, which is good. Pluto, can you believe it's been retrograde for 5 months? So let's keep going forward. There you go. It stations on the 6th of October, 6th. And then it's going to go direct on the 7th of October by this chart. So that's exciting for us. It's going to go forward. And then one by one, as we move through the coming months, Neptune and all of the other planets will start going direct, and Chiron and such, and Uranus will be January, I believe. Again, I haven't got the date in front of me, but worth knowing. Okay, that's it for today. I'll catch you later. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you need any help, then you can drop me, leave a message in the video below. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.